Hello, and welcome to what for you is almost certainly November 20th. It could be a day after that, but it is almost certainly not November 19th, which is the day on which I'm speaking. Today is a special day because we are streaming this motherfucker live on YouTube. And I don't know what that means for you, but for me, it means no one's going to complain to me about the previous streaming. Hey, Tom. The previous streaming service that we were using. But I'm here. This is the Vergecast. I'm Nilay Patel. I'm joined, as always, by Dieter Bone.
Hello.
Lauren Goode is in from San Francisco. Which they can't. You have to. It's an audio show. Like you're like 400 feet away from the microphone and you're miming at a camera. This is the worst radio in history. You got, Lauren, just let's get this closer to you.
Hi.
There you go. Come on.
There's like a 2-minute delay, which is not bad. Maybe it's a little bit less.
Well, in about 2 minutes, Lauren's gonna suck at being on the radio. And Nicola's here. Nicola, the style editor of Rack.com.
I am here.
What up? Nicola, I have to say, there's a few things I want to say to you, Nicola. One, I think it's the first time in history that we've actually had like the same cast. 2
I
weeks in a
know,
row.
yeah, repeat.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about that. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is a core group that I'm into. Nicola, I have two things that I'm wondering about.
Let's hear them.
One, you are surrounded by screens right now.
I have so many screens.
So Nicola's got her Air. She's got the iPad Pro. She's got a Surface Pro 4, and she's got her 6 Plus.
And the pencil.
And the pencil.
And the
Proper noun,
Surface Pen.
pencil.
How are you feeling?
And
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling in the mix?
I feel more part of the Verge than ever. I have this like joke about my transformation. Like the more time I spend with you people and the more I start like
you people
thinking about these things. Like someone sent me a baby picture and I immediately thought, that's an interesting aspect ratio. I wonder what phone it was taken with. And I was like, oh no, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It happens so fast.
Does that mean that the reverse is going to happen? We're suddenly going to be more stylish and like better dressed?
Yeah, it's just going to be like a slow, like just it was going to just take over you slowly.
How do these
We have that to
multiple
look forward
screens factor into Project Figurehead?
Come on. Let's.
Oh, I think being surrounded
We're gonna do
by
this together, Lauren. Oh, no. You and this microphone. They're gonna. There you go.
Friends. Hi, friend.
all the studio dudes behind you are just glaring at this happening, and it's so funny.
It's not going well, guys.
They also have mystery gadgets. Tom has like an orb. He's like carrying an orb.
Okay. All right.
I want him to.
I think it's
very
a 360 camera.
It's
Something.
an
Oh yeah,
orb.
they're doing a bunch of 360 camera stuff.
Oh, all right.
Because the big plan is at CES to do all kinds of VR stuff at CES.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We have to like make it work. So Nicola, the other thing I want to ask you about, and for the live listener, you may have noticed that previous to this, we're all tweeting each other about gift guides. Mm-hmm. What's going on with the racked tech?
Listen, dude, under
Like Lauren
100,
like turned around upstairs and was like, wooden speakers.
under 100's hard, okay?
You
under
selected just the band of an Apple Watch.
Because it's
Do you know
under
how
$100.
rough that is to
It's
just
under
give somebody a band?
Also, that wasn't my select. It's a team effort. It's a team effort.
Don't throw them under the bus, girl. Oh, come on.
I didn't even click this link.
Yeah.
It's
Look at the customized section. The customized section is tight.
There's
I
some
did
stuff
that.
in there that's good, but the lone like rose gold sport band for the Apple Watch.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
with a drawn little
Well, 'cause
like
I
paper
understand
watch.
that.
Yeah.
That is understandable because you can't show people the watch.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was a pretty cute detail. I didn't style that. I thought it was cute.
Wait, so this is the thing. Like rack editors often style photo shoots, right? This is like a thing that happens.
Well, because we're good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. Dude, Verge editors don't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's really funny.
What were
Actually,
the
when I was
headphones?
talking to our team about the Verge gift guide and the Rack gift guide, like the product team, they were like, people kept being like, "Oh, who shot yours? Who styled yours? Who's your prop stylist?" I was like, "Oh, we did it," and we asked people who work here to use cameras to take pictures because
Yeah.
we know what we want.
Yeah, just
visually.
fashion stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I just want to give you some shit about the sport. I just got a brutal eye roll from Nicola. Like, literally, your head went backwards with the force of your eye roll.
Man, we're all making sacrifices and working in groups.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Something just happened.
It just appeared.
All right.
Something just appeared on the table.
There's a.
We're being streamed.
I'm pretty
live
sure
in
that was
VR
from the
now.
Racked gift guide.
That thing is pretty cool. What is that thing?
It's an orb.
All right.
It's a dark thing.
Well, there's this theory about what VR. What is the Verge?
It's a
gonna do with-
360 camera.
Right. What is the Verge going to do with VR stuff? And one of the ideas has been to the Vergecast in VR. So we'll see if this goes off.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. So I have a question for pretty much for Lauren.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
What is
Does this mean
the
I have to
NVIDIA
talk
Shield?
now? Oh,
what is it? It seems like a product I should know about, but
you should probably check our YouTube comments to figure out what the
involved in
NVIDIA Shield
a massive
is.
conspiracy to avoid this low-selling product.
Well, the NVIDIA Shield
NVIDIA?
4K. Is that it? It's NVIDIA? NVIDIA?
We're just off to a stumbling beginning. NVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
It's NVIDIA, but I like NVIDIA way better.
You just said NVIDIA. You're saying NVIDIA. He's saying
It's
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. But NVIDIA
NVIDIA.
sounds more like a lotion company.
Yeah.
Also on the Racked Holiday gift card.
Untrue.
It would be, except it's $103. So
But it's a support. I'm not even.
Well,
gonna
so
get
the reason
into
I bring
it.
this up is
Okay.
Lauren has been like a publishing monster on theverge.com this week.
Look out, Nilay.
I publish nothing. What do you mean? My job is to come down and tell mediocre jokes on this show. Hooray! But no, you've been all over the place. You published the best set-top box. This is my next.
Yes.
You did some
We did our
hardcore
gift
porting.
guide.
You did our gift guide. Full of expensive technology items, including actual smartwatches and not just the bands.
So rude.
Do we? I don't even know if we have smartwatches on there.
we do.
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay, good.
several.
Just checking.
Yeah. Both
I might
Apple
buy a
Watch
Pebble
and
Time Round.
Wow.
I've been thinking about
I
it.
looked at that one yesterday on your gift guide, actually.
Yeah, right.
Doing some competitive research.
I looked at the piece of paper. so mean. Okay. No, so our gift guide. You did a thing about the iPad Pro, which we should get into. That one of the reasons Nicola's here. But the best set-top box. I don't think people know this about, or this is my next, is you actually reviewed the NVIDIA Shield to give it a score. Like you got it and set it up and like played with it and did all this stuff. You just didn't write the whole thing.
Everything that we consider for that is something that we have used or reviewed or we're giving it very careful consideration.
Right.
So even though we had not yet reviewed the NVIDIA 4K Shield when it came out earlier this year, sometime in the spring. So we didn't review that new one. We had reviewed the previous version of the box.
Yeah.
But I did use it. I mean, I have it at home
Yeah.
still, and it's set up at home, and I've been using it and everything. But the thing is, so initially, there are a couple of things to think about when you think about the Shield. And a lot, it's like all of a sudden, there's this like rabid fan group for the Shield. Like if you look
love
at
it.
our YouTube comments,
Can't get
they're
enough.
like, we love it. We think this is the best, and they can't believe that we would consider Apple TV better than it. But it is 2 parts gaming console and 1 part set-top box.
Yeah.
So initially, this is my next set-top box is about streaming your video streaming apps and maybe some casual games and maybe some other types of apps, right? So that's the first part. So it's primarily a gaming thing. And the second part too is that at this point in the game, we're not giving a ton of weight to 4K. So
Right.
Roku also supports 4K at 60 frames per second. Amazon Fire TV second generation supports 4K at 30 frames per second, right? A lot of these support different codecs and are sort of future-proofing in different ways. But there are a lot of people right now that don't have 4K TVs, and there isn't a lot of 4K content out
Right.
there. So for us, we weren't giving as much weight to the 4K aspect of the Shield, and I think that's something maybe some people would argue well, it has 4K and Apple TV does not.
But it's basically just Android TV, right? I mean,
It's based on the Android TV. Yes.
but it doesn't have any functionality aside from the gaming and the
Oh no, you can stream. I mean, Android TV does support a lot of the traditional video
Right.
streaming apps, so you can get a selection of video streaming apps. But this is primarily for somebody who's looking for gaming.
Right.
It's I have this $200. And it's really funny too because until last week, when you bought the Shield, it only came with a gaming remote, just like the Xbox One or the Sony PS4, and then you had to, if you wanted a more traditional Bluetooth remote to use, you had to buy that separately, and it was $50 extra. And then last week, the company decided they were going to start bundling that in. But if that is not enough of an indication that this thing is it's a little bit more about gaming than video streaming,
Right.
then that's that's what it's about.
I just think
We
it's
also
funny.
considered the traditional gaming consoles. We considered Microsoft Xbox One and we considered Sony PS4 and said, if you happen to already have these and have spent $349 or more on these, you might not need an extra set-top box because, but that's like not what we were really looking at.
There is no part of me that wishes to boot up my Xbox One instead of using my Apple TV.
Really?
To,
The
watch a
new,
video.
the new Xbox One interface, everybody loves it. I don't.
I haven't really gotten a chance to play with it. But the Xbox One is to
fine,
like
but-
play video games. That's what I have it for.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's why Microsoft like, blew it, right? Like, that's why the PS4, the PS4 is like for video games. Microsoft was like a PC.
right.
Have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you played with it? You haven't played with it a lot, or you have played with it?
The NVIDIA Shield
No, the Windows 10, the new dashboard.
on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it. I've played with it. I've poked around on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me, I'm old. I hate change.
Well, and one thing that happens too is like it doesn't when you have apps in the tile interface that you're using, you've downloaded and you use, they move.
Yeah.
So like, what if you last watch Netflix on it, which is the last thing I've watched on the Xbox One? Like it's there, it's prioritized. Which sorry, hi friend, it's prioritized. It's like there and right in front of you, but it's not in the place where you thought it would be. Like I don't know. It just seems
I'll
to me
get
like
used to it, but I don't know. It still thinks that it does more than what I actually want it to do, which is like I want to turn it on. I want to see a grid of apps. As much as I complain about Apple TV's interface, it does the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still sick and strong with your Roku 3 or whatever? Roku 2?
I mean, I'm not going to buy a new thing. I have a thing.
Right. This is the real problem. It's truly the problem with these things.
Yeah.
do you care about 4K?
I don't know what that means in this context.
Really?
Yeah.
We haven't gone
okay.
deep down that rabbit hole with you?
No idea what that means.
4K is the
I had
next
to ask today what a setup box.
set top,
Set top.
which is a bad name.
Right.
Admittedly,
It
that is a
is.
terrible name.
What
because
else
you
should we
don't-
They're
call
actually
it?
called
Because I saw it in the
OTT,
Vergecast rundown, I was like,
technically.
I don't even know what this
But
is.
because you
Yeah.
can't put it on top. It's actually a miserable name.
Yeah.
But OTT box, way worse.
Over the top.
Yeah, over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all, there's,
But over the top has more to do with the delivery mechanism of the content or set top, right? Is like you set it on top.
I don't know. You can't put anything on top of a modern
Because cable
TV.
boxes are also set top, aren't they? Like,
But they're not on top of any sets. Like, this whole situation is like a mess.
we need some new industry
Like,
standards.
if you're like, I'm gonna make something that bounces on top of my flat panel
What if we
TV,
just
you'd be
called
like,
it a
wow.
What if we just called it a TV box?
What if going forward we just
Why don't
we
you just call it
deter-
new TV?
But
New
it's not a
TV.
TV.
But you need a name for the physical object.
It's a box.
Yeah.
We should call it the Verge Box. Going forward, it's the Apple Verge Box. It's the Roku Verge Box. It's everything's on the Verge.
Last
It's-
year at CES, Jim Megoff, the CEO of Vox Media, came into we have a trailer. And he's like, what have you seen that's good? I'm like, man, this TV stuff's going up. Actually, what we should do, Jim, is like, we should go out into the hall and find a Chinese company that's making a set-top box and like have them OEM a Vox box, just plays our videos.
Vox Box.
And
Vox.
he was like, he looked at me with such a withering stare and he was like, no. That was the end of the conversation. He was like, no, we're not doing that. And I was like, but she just
No.
like walked away. Vox box. What if we had
box.
our own OTT set-top box?
But what if people
Sounds
thought
like
it was
money
Fox Box?
falling away.
That would
Yeah.
be a very different thing.
It would be a tremendously different thing.
Is
What?
there a word that rhymes with media? Because it would
Media?
technically be a Vox
Chlamydia?
media box.
Well, it's been good having you, Lauren. It's been great. Great radio with Lauren Goode.
Read your soft layer ad.
I can't. I mean, it is whatever.
Yes.
4K is the next resolution standard for televisions.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I hate how crisp TVs are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
They're gross to look at. You
Like-
look at them and you see people in better clarity than you see them with your own eyes, and I think it's weird and wrong.
Do you? When was the last time you got your eyes checked?
No, dude.
Fair question.
No, like, you know how sports looks?
Yeah.
And now regular other TV shows look like that?
Oh, yeah. No, I
On
know what you
certain
mean.
TVs, I hate
Oh,
that.
you hate the motion smoothing.
It's gross. You can see people's
it's not the motion
pores.
smoothing, it's just the HD.
It's almost like that illusion
Yeah,
of
it's like
depth,
it's
even though it's
higher
not 3D.
definition than my actual eyes would
It's
see
the soap
the
opera
same
effect.
thing.
Everybody like when
That's
people,
motion smoothing. The soap opera effect is motion smoothing.
I was going to say soap opera is more like diffusing. Everything looks kind of soft.
No. So the motion smoothing is the one where they like
No,
240
it's everything
hertz
looks
televisions.
so clear and real. You can see the set and that it is a set, and then you see that the thing is cheap.
We're describing the same thing.
But it's not motion smoothing. It's just because it's in HD.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Whatever you say.
Come on, guys. So there's HD, and traditional HD runs at like 1080i 30, right? 30 frames per second. And then the refresh rates of modern televisions are cranked way higher than that. They're at 120 or 240. And they do the motion smoothing and it interpolate frames to get to 240, and it looks like a fucking soap opera. Okay. That's motion smoothing.
Okay.
So sports has a lot of sports networks run it at 60 to catch more action. And so sports is crisper and clearer. And then if you have a TV that's doing that same effect, you take like Breaking Bad and you run it on a TV that does motion smoothing, and it will look like VHS. It'll look like video instead of the 24 frames per second in which it was shot. We're all describing the same thing.
Okay.
It's just called motion smoothing, and it looks like garbage. And I literally turn it off on every single TV that I find because I hate it.
It's just like walk
so
up,
much.
go to Best Buy every day and just click through all of them.
And it's actually super funny. I was at Joanna Stern's parents' house like 2 years ago, and I like saw it on their TV and I like turned it off, and like literally Joanna's dad is like, our TV's never been the same since that Patel boy was here.
That's like the legacy you could hope for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
You fix
Joanna's
their
dad
TV
knows
even if
I
they don't
broke
know
his
it.
TV.
Like, well, I don't know what you're still doing. That seems like it.
But anyway, so that's that Christmas that you're talking about has nothing to do with the resolution.
Oh, okay.
That's literally the TV's like just making up information to make it look smoother.
Processing things.
But like the 4K is literally you take the image size of an HD screen, and it's four of them in a grid. And
it's actually not an exact multiple of 4.
Right.
It's
like,
below
it's
it,
so
but it's
close
called.
enough.
It's like called that because
Yeah.
it's just easier to say that than actually
It's so
spout out
close.
like the 3820.
But it's basically like it's more pixels.
Yeah.
So, what's the benefit then? Things look
More
crisper?
pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also don't really experience the full benefit of it unless you're sitting a certain distance from the display.
But
Let's
the next
say
thing
you
that
were
is coming,
at home.
All right.
Go ahead. I was
going to get into contrast.
I was gonna say, let's say you were at home just ripping on your vape, and you're like, you know what I really want to watch right now? It's like
Empire.
No, not Empire. Like a beautiful forest scene, or like a
yeah.
slow motion shot of a cityscape.
a
Do
polar
people
bear
do
in
that?
snow.
I don't know, but that's the only thing they show on 4K
Rushing waters,
TVs.
the grass blowing
Those are the only
away.
demos of 4K TVs.
Amazon
frog
stuff
on
is
a
being shot
rock.
in 4K.
What was that
now.
series?
And a bunch of Netflix shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
But like that's
Netflix
basically the
series.
content. The content is like a few Amazon shows, a few Netflix shows, and then looping pictures of the rainforest. And that's why we don't take 4K seriously when we do the set-top box reviews, because it's not there yet.
Right.
And who needs that stuff?
Huh?
Who needs looping?
Nerds like us.
Dude, people were taking huge rips off their backs.
I just want to watch
golden
Empire.
packs.
I just want to watch Empire.
Should I
Well,
start
I mean,
watching
eventually.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Empire? Okay.
Actually, I have a problem because no, I'm not going to go into it. Later, we'll get to it in a few weeks about
few
Empire.
weeks.
Dieter's trying to walk back his
hope
motion
I'm
smoothing
here.
thing on Twitter.
No, I'm not.
I was trolling him.
I was trolling you.
Boo.
Whatever.
Boo to you, sir. All right, so we did the set-top box thing. I just want to make fun of the NVIDIA shit people. I want to talk about Rdio, like a lot. I want to talk
RIP.
about Rdio.
Pour one out.
And we got to do the iPad. But first, I got to read. We have extra. We're not doing a Thanksgiving one, so I'm going to read some ads.
Yeah.
And then that made no sense to the listener. We're just going to cut that out. Money sound. In the actual show, there's a money. Whatever.
I know.
Building a website can be tough,
Especially in 4K.
especially in 4K. Even if you know your way around coding or about refresh rates. Creating something that looks good and works well is a time-consuming affair. Whether it's for your business site, your portfolio, a restaurant, or whatever else. In this day and age, you probably need a website. So lucky for us, Squarespace makes it easy to build beautiful websites without breaking a sweat. Squarespace provides simple, powerful, and beautiful websites that look professionally designed regardless of your skill level. And there's no coding required. Not only does Squarespace provide you with intuitive and easy-to-use tools to create your website, Squarespace also has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. And you know you can trust in Squarespace for your website needs when millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world trust in them too. Seriously, you can't beat the ease and simplicity of Squarespace. It gives you 24/7 online support and a beautiful website. So what are you waiting for? Lazy?
I don't know. My Squarespace website is going to be AaronRogersNeedsHelp.com.
Do you have a wedding website yet?
Yeah.
Is it on Squarespace?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
I don't know.
Anyway, look, sign up for Squarespace today. Use the offer code VERGE, VERGE, to get 10% off your first purchase and show your support for our show, this show, the Vergecast. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for your support. Squarespace, build it beautiful. Got through it, guys.
Someone tweeted, "I don't like Reckless being rude to Nicola Fumo."
Well, that's just true.
There you go.
I don't like it either.
Huh?
I don't
The
like
people
it
have
either.
spoken.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone
Out
just
here.
someone just
They
tweeted
stand
at me.
for me.
Someone just tweeted at me. Everyone drinking beer at work. Frown face. Why is that frown face? That is to be celebrated and
Yeah.
enjoyed.
That's why we have this career. It's a long tradition in the media industry,
Yeah.
drinking beer in the afternoon.
It's on
This is
WordPress.
all part of figureheading.
You were on the mic when you said that.
I know.
All right.
All right.
All right, can we talk about Rdio? Go through it. Tell me the news.
The news is that they are, they buried the news a little bit, but they are filing for bankruptcy and they're selling off the parts and a bunch of their employees to Pandora for $75 million, I think
Wow.
is the number, which is like less than they had actually taken in to fund themselves. And it's really sad. That's basically the whole story. Like a bunch of people in my circle, me, we all loved Rdio like 5 years ago.
Did you ever use Rdio?
No.
Rdio was
Radios
the best.
Oh.
It came to the U.S. well before
A year.
Spotify. Yeah, I reviewed Rdio in its early stages for the Wall Street Journal when it was on BlackBerry.
It did a better
What?
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I actually have a picture of me holding up my BlackBerry with Rdio. across
So
screen.
the funny thing is, I was
For the Wall Street
back
Journal
then.
audience.
I was a Slacker bro, not an Rdio guy, and then I
Oh.
switched from Slacker to Rdio.
iTunes forever.
Yeah, well, but it was really good because it had really nice design. It had like at the time, and I think even still, like a better sense of like what your friends were listening to than anything else. And like I just found more music on it and enjoyed using it more than any other service. But for many reasons, all of which Casey detailed in his lovely article, they just like couldn't hack it. They didn't know how to market themselves.
Yeah.
They just like all of their thunder went up in a puff of smoke as soon as Spotify started to hint that they might come to the U.S. Even when they were a full streaming service in the U.S., everybody's like, "Yeah, but Spotify's coming." It's like,
Well,
who
the
cares?
Spotify had the ad support, the free,
And Spotify had free. That's the
right? So
other
you
thing.
could like listen to some ads, and then it was like
Yep.
iTunes but free, which is a killer line for Spotify. But Rdio was such a better product. And I think that's the thing that's really sad. It's like I mean, everybody knows how I feel about Spotify in this show. Like Spotify, like I use it. I think it's better than every other one, except for Rdio.
Or Google Play Music. Just kidding.
That's a whole other discussion.
Is it? Don't we know the answer?
You know you can listen to Google Play Music on the NVIDIA Shield?
It's just we're done.
4K.
I don't have any
In 4K.
in 4K. No, like YouTube Music, great product.
Yeah.
Like a really cool product, like really interesting and like clever and like understands like the media stream, what you might want to download it. You can click it into the audio only, like clever product. Google Play Music, the app, less clever,
Yeah.
right? Spotify, marginally cleverer, and then Rdio is like a brilliant piece of design. But Rdio is just like a wasteland. And like it's all because Spotify was like, what if we raise a bunch of money and just relentlessly burn it for customer acquisition?
Yeah.
Did Rdio have all of the same deals in place with the labels that all the other services do?
They don't get the exclusives like Spotify does.
Yeah, it was close. I bounced around between both of them for a while before I finally walked away from Rdio because it was so clear that it wasn't going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like even the cachet wasn't there either. You never heard Taylor Swift saying like, "I'm pulling my stuff from Spotify and Rdio."
Right.
Yeah.
It's just or Adele or whoever it might be.
No, Spotify is like the big bad, right? It's the villain. What's funny to me though is like the back end of all these services, just a bunch of deals and like, I don't know, music streams. Mm-hmm. Like, shouldn't the products, the apps, be kind of interchangeable?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't Spotify let you build a front end app to Spotify that's way better than like? That's the thing that I don't get. Like, whenever I use my Alexa or my Echo, and I'm like, Alexa, play some music, it doesn't matter to me what service the music is coming from. I just want to hear the song. And it's on a phone. It's like everything about this experience is like layered into like I'm opening the Spotify app and using their interface, and it matters what deal they got and what Discover Weekly's out. And it's like, why? Like, why can't I disintermediate the fact that I'm subscribing to music from the app that I'm using?
I mean, would you subscribe to the core service that provides it, and then you'd also subscribe or pay for the app that you use to use it?
I would do that. I would subscribe. I would pay for the Spotify library and then like pay $10 to use the Rdio app. Like as I would buy an app.
Right.
Like a third-party app that acts as a skin to the library that presents it in a way you find pleasing.
Yeah.
I mean, name a single other industry that has a similar business model.
The internet.
Well, in some ways, I don't know. Well,
Industry. What like other like media thing like
the set-top box. I don't mean not to bring it all back to set-top boxes, but in a
it's all
way,
the same, right?
they're all starting to get there. A lot of them have the same. They offer the same apps or channels, whatever they decide to call them. Right? They have HBO Now and HBO Go, and they have. I mean, they're prioritizing their own services like Amazon does with Prime Video.
Right.
But like, once you get to the point where all these companies are saying we have 3,000 apps, then really it comes down to how they're presenting them and how accessible they make them to users.
Right.
It's
But
different. They're
it's, like,
different
backwards.
businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just paying to license the music in the end.
Right.
Like, why does it matter? Like, let me use whatever good app I want to use. I don't know.
That's like a beautiful dream, but I do not. How do we get there from here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we watch Rdio die. I mean, it's just like Spotify to me is like just on this course to be the winner. Like I don't know anybody who uses Apple Music. Does anybody?
I unsubscribed.
Yeah, no, a
You
lot of
unsubscribed?
I did.
I find, and it's weird to me, but yeah, a lot of my friends use it. Like
Really?
my friends, I'm trying to think of like how to explain this like certain sect. It's like my friends who like maybe like are graphic designers or like they're like sort of in touch with you know what I mean?
What you
They're
guys
in
are
the
not
Apple
seeing is that
ecosystem?
Nicola is making hand motions that are very
Always
much like
making hand
she's like
motions.
playing a harp.
Yeah, so I'm playing a harp. I'm Italian. I have to talk with my hands. I hate this podcast bullshit.
No, it's like she's conjuring a graphic designer like out of a
No,
candle.
I'm trying to feel it. I'm trying to feel what I'm trying to describe.
I don't want to put words in
your
your mouth, but are you saying that because you know lots of designers and people like
I'm saying
they're
that, like,
using
you know Apple
Apple
people.
products?
My friends,
and
yeah,
so
okay.
they're
My friends who know to update their phone and are excited about it, but don't work in like tech proper, they all use Apple Music, and that's weird to me. But like my friends who are just like whatever, like existing in the world, like a totally regular, not like don't care person, like they use Spotify.
Right.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and they always are just like, it's just Apple Music's so much better to look at. And I'm
Really?
like, yeah, but clicking it is hard and horrible.
It is.
You
It's
can't
better
get
to
to
look
anywhere.
at?
Yeah, that's what they all say.
That's weird.
That's super weird. They
Yeah.
should have used Rdio. These are the people Rdio was after. Like every designer I knew was into Rdio because it was like a beautiful app.
So what happens now that Rdio's assets are at Pandora? Like, what is Pandora going to
said
do
that
with
they're
these?
going to launch. They're finally going to do the thing they swore they never needed to do because they were too cool because they were radio. They weren't a music streaming service.
Ad-supported radio.
And they are now going to, a year from now, launch an on-demand music streaming service using the stuff they got from Rdio and
That's
the people
cool.
they hired.
Maybe they'll be good.
Maybe.
Have you put Apple Music on your Android phone yet? I
I have
think about
not
it every day. And
So
I haven't
you
done
want to talk about ecosystem lock-in?
Yeah.
Like I'm the guy that's using Google Play Music because it gives me YouTube Red.
it. Oh yeah, no, I still
Yeah.
subscribe to YouTube, Google Play Music, but I pay for everything like an idiot.
I've been trying to stop.
Yeah, but I feel like that's an overt part of Google's software offerings. Like that's part of the the launch of this new Google Music and YouTube Red. Like you pay for one and you get the other, and
Right.
it's not like they're like sneakily locking you in the background and saying, well, now you're going to be using this service and this service, this service too, right?
Well, it's
actually
not
part
sneaky,
of
but
their,
it's
like part of their
definitely
marketing
there.
for it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to switch back to Spotify. Although I will say, Rdio going down, Apple Music launching, the ability to move your libraries and your playlists from one music service to another is an unmitigated nightmare. It is like, I straight up am like, I need to learn JavaScript and like I need to go into the console on Chrome, and they're like hacking into like the web clients for these apps to like run through this program that you run in JavaScript to like manually create the thing that it
To get, like, a
ripped
CSV
from the other
file.
thing. It's insane.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, you're just paying for a license to music.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to export a CSV file of a list of things that you like. Like, what? I don't know. The lock in there is
Actually,
like very annoying.
The
to
thing
me.
that I was thinking is there should be a data a pub. You remember what was the CDDB database? Remember the
Yeah,
CDDB? That when I want to embed a playlist of music, I should just be able to like have an app that like reads CDDB. It just gives me a list of codes, and then the web browser will know that, oh yeah, you're subscribed to these services, and it'll just display that the playlist for those services. Or if I want to buy those songs or whatever, I could just like click that special link that the whole world understands is like this code for that song, and like all the music services would understand it.
If only the web wasn't dying.
Right?
I mean, that's
it.
right. There's somebody listening to this who would otherwise build it, but they're busy like building a native app for a Windows Phone.
Right. But there's
True.
Or iOS.
Yeah,
or something.
it's almost certainly for iOS,
Yeah.
not Windows Phone.
I mean, let's be honest.
yeah. Like
By
I'd
the way,
be able
just,
You know, but
just if
I-
anybody at Microsoft is listening, calendar's Windows 10, still broken, still
Yeah.
just ruining
That'd
my
be cool.
life every day.
Yeah,
I,
they were our
um,
calendars.
I shopped for a Surface yesterday.
The Surface
SP4?
or Surface Book?
I've been Surface and a Surface Pro 4.
Wait,
and
what? Wait.
I
The
didn't buy
baby
one.
Surface?
Yeah, the baby Surface and the Surface Pro 4. We're going to get into this
Wait, what
later.
are you
when we
calling
get
the
into
baby
iPad.
Surface? The Surface Book?
But
is
the
the
calendar
baby,
thing is
you're
gonna
calling
be
the
different.
Surface Book the baby?
No,
No,
the
there's a
Surface. The
Surface.
Surface 3.
Oh, I thought you said
There's like the
Surface
Surface,
Book.
the
It was-
Surface,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a Surface Pro, and
there's
there's a
Surface
Surface
Pro.
Book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then there's an iPad.
ultimately,
I'm
I'm
telling
walking
you-
away because the thing ruins our calendars. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and my experience with the Surface 3, not the Surface Pro, is that it was incredibly slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for the latest updates that just came out to hit it, and we'll see how that goes.
Can I say a thing about the CDB?
You
and then I gotta
could
read
get
it
a
out?
yoga.
Wait, it's at the 900.
This is the yoga 900.
I don't want to spend more than like $800
Yeah, this
on
one's
a
like
tablet. Is where I'm
$13.99.
at right now.
I've always been into those.
I want a tablet that
Really?
can do things.
Yeah. I mean, I like the foldy.
You like
I
the
don't know.
bendiness?
Yeah, I'm into it.
CDDB.
Oh,
don't
so
know. I gotta say one more thing though.
we all got to say a thing.
I
You go
feel,
first.
I feel very badly for Fumo right now because we are so in the weeds with this nerd talk.
It's fine. I'm just here for decoration.
No.
come on.
Oh, whatever. I gotta.
Harley, you're the main event.
I'm
No,
gonna say
when it
this.
comes
I got a
time-
whole lightning round of Fumo bait coming.
Fine.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm so happy to just.
My Google search history today, by the way, not pretty.
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
Weird.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Sam used to sit there and not say anything for like hours at a time. You're cool. No, a thing I was gonna say with you brought up the CDDB, and I realized this
Like
thing,
what is? I can't.
It was just compact disc database. So you'd put
just go,
you would
just
put
go.
a CD in your computer in the ancient times, and like iTunes would go hit the CDDB and download all of the track listing and all of the album art and all of the liner notes.
Well, album art came from another database, but regardless.
Whatever. But I realized, oh, we are such nerds. But I realized I was at my buddy's house and he bought the new Apple TV and he's like, this thing is the best. I threw away my cable box. I threw away everything.
A new one.
I'm just using the Apple TV. He threw away his regular remotes because it's all CEC. So he like
Right,
use it
right.
because he only has the one thing. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. And he's like, no, come over and look at it. And I went over and I realized my buddy is like the world's most insane pirate.
Uh-huh.
And so he's got BitTorrent and Usenet and all these things just like running 24/7 on a Mac Mini. It pulls down everything, like literally like every TV show, every movie. It's just yanking
You
it all
are
off the
blowing
internet.
up your friend's spot right now.
Oh, he's
You didn't
fine.
name
so
his
bad.
friend.
I didn't name the friend. His name is Tom. And then Plex
Yep.
finds that stuff
Yep.
and goes out to all the databases, downloads all of the art, downloads related content, finds subtitles, does multiple audio, like crazy Plex
Yeah.
stuff.
Plex is available in other boxes too, though.
But like
Yeah.
he's like Plex, and like the Plex interface after all of this insane piracy has like content recommendations. It's like you like this show, you might like these other shows. It's all like stolen. He's like, this is the best. Like I couldn't buy this experience for any amount of money, and like we're just sitting there like, watching all like, and I was like, the Apple TV is sick if you pirate everything. It's like the killer app for the Apple TV is Plex because you can just pirate like a maniac.
There you go.
That's what I think of the CD because my friends
This
would
is
like
my
rip
next.
CDs for me,
Yeah.
and then you could put them in iTunes and it would just like figure it all out. You'd be like, throw this away.
Yep.
It's great. Did you know that with just a few lines? By the way, this ad
Is the best.
is
Which
the
one's
best.
this?
I like this ad so much.
It's a new-
I'm
it's a
actually
new advertiser
jealous
for
that
us.
Nilay gets to read it.
It's a new advertiser for us. And by the way, the fact that this show is now how attractive to new kinds of advertisers.
What's wrong with you people?
Something is happening in the podcast world where apparently this is how you should spend your money to attract new customers. But anyway, did you know that with just a few lines of code, you can send text messages that include alerts, reminders, order updates, SMS marketing campaigns, and instructions for app downloads? Dieter?
I did.
It's
Nah.
true!
Yeah.
With Telecommunications System Inc.'s Cloud Messaging Center, developers can easily integrate text messages into their own mobile applications, backend, or website. As a company, TCS handles up to 670 billion messages per year. That's an average of 1.8 billion messages a day. Odd place for an exclamation point. Their CMC REST API.
Wait,
allows,
what?
The CMC REST API.
They use a
bro.
REST API?
REST API.
Dude, I love nothing more than RESTful APIs.
So chill. Allows you to send messages for alerts, reminders, and order updates. You can also use it to send SMS marketing campaigns to drive app downloads or to increase user engagement. That REST API, once again, allows you to perform messaging functions such as sending, receiving, and scheduling messages, securing delivery receipts, and creating groups and contacts. TCS, Telecommunications Systems Incorporated, offers inter-carrier messaging across all U.S. wireless carriers, and the pricing is flexible and based on quantity of messages needed, featuring pay-as-you-go monthly plans. Go to cloudmessaging.guru to sign up for the Cloud Messaging Center REST API, and please integrate this messaging solution today. Hopefully TCS will return to the show.
TheVerge.guru.
.guru. I don't know. I'm doing what I can.
Rhymes with chlamydia.
Look, there's only 2 more ads left. We're gonna get through this. All right, so I want to do 10 or so on Nicola's collection of screens, and then we got a lightning round, and then another poor advertiser will be subjected to this, and then we'll be done. Okay, let's talk about your collection of screens.
Please.
So Nicola right now is typing on a MacBook Air.
Yep.
That she's located as far as physically possible from the Surface Pro 4.
There's some subliminal stuff going on here.
She's got
I
an
have
iPad.
the pencil close to
She's
me. I
holding the
love
pencil, but the iPad Pro is like also far away from her, and she's been checking her phone intermittently. What's going on in your life right now?
All right, so okay.
And she's literally banging the pencil on her hand.
I love the pencil. I like put it in my hand and I was just like, oh, this feels nice. It's like weighted, so it just sits there really well. Like if you've ever used like a nice pen, I'm for the pencil. But it costs like a dumb amount, right? It's like $80 or something.
$100.
It's $100.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
dumb. It's not that nice. But if someone shows up to your desk and puts it in your hand, you go, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
So then I played with the iPad Pro and I made some drawings on the Adobe thing.
Did you draw Nilay?
No, I wrote my name. Like I was like,
That's
oh,
what you
do. I'll write my name.
What phrase do you type when you test a keyboard? Do you have a secret go-to phrase?
Hi, my name is Lauren Goode.
Yep. Dieter?
I'm old school. I'm a quick brown fox, jumped over a lazy dog.
Whoa.
My note to myself was, don't
letter.
forget to use this line break. Line break what? That's what I wrote. Because I was trying to test it.
That was amazing.
Do you want to know how much of a deep nerd I am? If I don't have time to type the whole quick brown fox thing, I type lorem ipsum dolor sic amet.
Wow, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What was that again?
I just typed my name
don't
over
forget
and
to
over again.
don't forget to test.
Don't forget to use this. What?
Sounds like a Kesha song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, don't forget to use just the song title. What?
Most
Kesha's
of the
new
song.
album.
yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, so I immediately pulled it out and I played with it, and then I realized there was an attached keyboard, and then I set that up, and then my coworker turned around and was like, oh, it's as big as your computer. And it is by
Yeah.
1/10 of an inch.
Yeah. No, it's huge. It's like comedy huge.
And we were like, yeah, this would be fun to use. Like you could use this instead oh, I got to use my computer. Like
You just gave up?
Immediately. Yeah.
So Lauren
That's
wrote a
the
whole
best
piece
review.
about this.
That's
today.
the best review ever.
Yeah.
I think I could use this instead of wait, I have to use my computer.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, I
Pretty
want
much
to
it.
do something, anything. No. I liked the two. Oh, and the best thing that happened was it was like, so it opened up to split screen. I was like, oh, this is cool. And the Verge was up, of course. And there was a Samsung Galaxy ad on the Verge as I'm playing with this and putting this Surface whatever away. And it was like a female hand holding a phone, but it's not a phone, it's a Galaxy, I learned in the ad.
Oh, yeah.
And she has like 2 little triangle tattoos on her wrist and like gold jewelry and like a shiny red
This is on
nail.
our site today.
Yeah, and it was just
Mm-hmm.
like the styling of the female hand was like the fact that it was cropped in, but you could still see like 2 tiny little tattoos, but also gold jewelry. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, this is so specific. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was a tangent that happened to me on the iPad.
Good story. No, I hear what you're saying. Wow. Shut down by Fumo.
Because all I want to talk about is the female hand in the phone ad. But we can talk about
I feel
this.
like hand styling has become like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because of phones. Because the hands are in every ad.
Yeah, I mean that hand communicated so much.
What did it
about
say to you? What
the
did
woman.
it?
She's like, all right, so she definitely had like nice enough jewelry on, and it was stylish and artistic, right? Like this was so like. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I guess because of our conversation earlier, you've never done any styling work, but like little details like that, they're not accidents. You know what I mean? Like they didn't accidentally, it wasn't like, oh, the model has a tiny tattoo. I can't believe it. Like, oh, we're going to paint her nail like this color. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's going to wear this jewelry. Like none of that is an accident. It's this whole like, she's creative, but she's on the go. She's professional, but she's edgy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like each of those pieces, the little bracelet and the tattoo and the ring and the nail, like they all mean something.
Did that make you want a Galaxy?
No, but it just like it looked thirsty. It was like, oh, you're trying to be about this woman, and I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
I like this breakdown.
Yeah. No, watching those ads, Nicola is like intensely focused on how these tech companies are marketing to women. Like,
I know it's my
No,
obsession.
I think that's great because at the Verge we're more like, I don't know, this Android skin over this looks just really obnoxious, and we get really into like.
Oh,
I
we
don't know,
did. Wait,
different type of skin.
I sent this to you. The T-Mobile, what T-Mobile sends me a Racked editor
Yeah.
as an email versus what they would send like you guys about
Yeah.
the same programs.
literally
and,
in the
like,
same events, even.
the way that they like speak to us, it's just, I think I've mentioned this before, but it's just like, it's insane. And
But
it's
what
just
was the
like
one? It was like, why does your
mind-numbing?
phone wear the same outfit every day?
Can
Wasn't
I
that one
read
you
it?
got? Yeah, you can
Oh
read it.
no.
I mean, what?
No, I just mean like, oh no, for her sake, like
Yeah.
to get emails like that.
This is a deep conversation about the iPad. Well, okay. While Nicola is digging through her email, why don't you tell me about the piece you wrote today, which I am really interested in, which is the iPad Pro is here. There's so much conversation about how fast it is, and the screen is big, and it's got a keyboard. And then app developers, or at least some app developers, are like, you know what? No. Like,
Yeah.
there's no money here for us.
It's this interesting juxtaposition of Apple saying this is a really high-powered device that can support professional-grade software and a bunch of creativity apps, and you've seen that in all like the marketing, the initial presentation of it. But over the past week, I've spoken to several app developers who make creative applications, heavy creative applications, mostly for desktops, who say they're just either not making for iPad Pro or they're weighing the economic incentives right now because everything is structured by the App Store.
Yeah.
So it's this computer-like device. It's this really powerful device, and we're seeing more and more of this convergence of PCs and tablets. But for like the way the App Store is structured and the policies of the App Store, they're saying, I would normally charge $99 or $300, whatever it might be, for this piece of software on the web, and I can't do that in the App Store because people won't buy it that way in the App Store. And people can't do free trials of my software, and I can't issue paid upgrades when I have a significant update to the app.
Right.
And so, you know, everyone at this point, the story of like the way the App Store is structured is very well told. It's a lot of free to play. You've got like these whales, right? That are,
Yeah.
or what are you?
Emily just put up a headline on our site.
Oh, what is it?
Jimmy
Oh,
Iovine
share it.
thinks finding music is too difficult for women.
That's actually
Oh.
a thing that he said.
Yeah. Anyway, you keep
Finding
going on your
music?
thing, and then we'll transition back into Nicola's thing because
Great.
it's all the same thing. Anyway,
It's all the same
Oh.
thing.
keep going about the iPad.
Oh yeah. So anyway, it's not this way for every developer. There are a lot of developers who just say, listen, the power of the iOS ecosystem is so great. And I have access to hundreds of millions of consumers if I make my app for iOS. It's like, it's not even a question for most of them.
Right.
But there are some who are just like, their software is not sustainable, right? The more and more we iterate on our
Mobile software is not sustainable.
Mobile software, because the more and more they update their software, the more people they hire, the more they like do all these things to make it better. Like the economics don't work out if you are selling your app for 99 cents or free and trying to sell really powerful software.
And if you're trying to sell powerful software, you can't be like, hey, get a new paintbrush for $3. Right?
Yeah. Some companies tried the in-app tools, in-app purchases, sort of modeling the free.
Paper tried it and they gave up and they're like, now we make a pencil.
And then we free, and then they start making hardware.
Yeah.
And they also, by the way, I mean, Paper is, we love 53, but they have at least $45 million in venture capital funding from some pretty fancy VC firms. And like, not every indie developer that makes cool software, niche software, can go out and do that, can making hardware, can raise money from venture capitalists like that or want to. So the question becomes like, as Apple is saying, like, why do you need a PC? Here's this amazingly powerful tablet. Like, why isn't Final Cut Pro on the iPad Pro? Like, you're telling me to use iMovie? My friend's 9-year-old daughter uses iMovie.
Yeah.
Like, I want to use Final Cut Pro, and it's a pro tablet. And so, like, if some of Apple's own professional software isn't being optimized, at least at this point, for this platform, then how can you expect these indie developers need to make a buck at the end of the day?
Yeah, and Apple could just give it away for free. I mean, like, they would not even they wouldn't even, like, ding off their bottom line, right? Like, they just give it away. And that, I've been thinking about this a lot. I actually had this long conversation with Walt on his show, both yesterday when we taped it and last week, about computers and complexity and, like, what a computer is. And Jake Kastrenakis did a great video today where he was comparing the Surface Pro 4 and the iPad Pro. And he's like, the Surface Pro 4 is a laptop that wants to be a tablet, and the iPad is a tablet that wants to be a laptop. And they're just both in the middle and they're shades of gray of each other.
Right.
But what strikes me about the iPad and this conversation we just had about, like, oh, I got to do some more work, I got to use my computer, is like, Apple has, like, gone too far making things simple. Right? Like, they're like, we're removing complexity. And it's like, at some point, complexity is an evil. Like, complexity is what enables you to do things.
Right. And it's what creates the value. It's what it's people in certain professional fields saying, I would pay X amount of dollars, hundreds of dollars for this software because it lets me do my job in a complex way. Right. Which can be a good thing. And then, some of the story gets into this too, which is, if you're a Facebook or you're an Adobe or you're a Microsoft, like, you can totally do free. Mm-hmm. Because your business models are different. Like in this case of Adobe, right? They offer a variety of these free lightweight apps on iPad Pro, like Comp and Sketch and Mix and Fix and all this other stuff. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go pay for your Adobe Creative Cloud service, and you're going to buy Photoshop, and you're going to use Lightroom, right? I paid $10 a month for those services, and so that's the way they do that. But if you're a small-time developer, that economic model is not necessarily going to work for you.
Right. Well, because one, people know, oh, this is an Adobe thing. Oh yeah, I could sign up for Adobe's thing. But if you're a small time developer, like, am I going to go sign up for like Joe's App Shop subscription? No. I guess I could sign up if Apple if he wanted to like use Apple's subscription, but now Joe has to give a 30% cut to Apple, so he's got to increase it a little bit.
Yes.
And like, not every piece of software like can move to a subscription model, and it's like, in-app purchasing for like, trials or like pro apps is a bad model because you're going to want to upgrade at some point. They're going to want to like charge for that upgrade at some point. Right. And like piling on like year after year of like in-app purchases for upgrades is insane. Mm-hmm. Subscriptions, I think like it works for some people, but I don't think it'll work for everybody. So it's not just that they haven't added enough complexity into iOS to support the stuff that we want to do, although I do wish that they would open it up and do that a little bit. It's that they've refused to allow complexity in the actual business model of how the people in their ecosystem are supposed to make money. Like, that's the real problem.
I mean, I heard one developer say, we charge $99 for our app on the Mac App Store, but we can't issue a free trial of that software to people through iOS. And so we would never dare ask someone to pay $99 sight unseen on this app. Right. And then what if they try it and they don't like it? And then what do? They go to the App Store, they leave a 1-star review, and they're angry. Right. Because they haven't been able to trial it. So, Apple's answer to this has traditionally been, well, they're in-app purchases, right? Which is sort of getting back to this whole idea, but that just doesn't work for everybody. So I think the story is really more about like the iPad Pro. It's not like pointing fingers at the iPad Pro and being like, bad, this is bad. It's more that this new sort of hybrid-like device with the power of a computer, but with a tablet form factor and a mobile operating system is bringing to light these issues with App Store, the way the App Store is operating. And I think like as these devices converge more, we're going to have to, Apple's going to, all the App Stores are going to have to look at how they're structured.
Or they're going to just have to let people sideload apps on the thing. Like, that's
like,
a
that's
totally
the thing.
valid choice,
Like-
right? Like, just let Adobe make Photoshop and sell it on the side. Like,
Right.
And that, to me, that's what I mean by complexity. Like, that will add complexity. And then, like, maybe it'll open up to viruses or whatever Apple's afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
But it works great on the Mac.
Or do a mobile version of Gatekeeper then.
Right.
Yeah.
But, right.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
I mean, Android is doing they're aggressively checking stuff. Of course, everybody's like, Android's got a ton of viruses, but they're doing monthly security updates. They're checking all the apps if you sign up for Google Play services to check for stuff. And you can get virus scanners on Android, although I don't think you should.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the Surface Pro?
It wouldn't let me log in.
We'll bring
And
it
it
back
was
next
dead.
week with the Surface Pro.
Nilay's password on that is I love Racked 2015.
It is. I do.
So if
I
you
read
just
it every
enter
day.
that in.
I actually do have the password somewhere.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
But you asked this question last week on the Vergecast where you said, right now, iPad Pro or Surface Pro 4. And the answer is, regardless of form factor, the fact that Nicola is sitting like 7 feet from the Surface Pro 4 right now. Is
I mean,
gonna
it's getting farther away from her.
It is. It's actually creeping farther away. She's like, I don't
know.
know what to do with this. The fact that it can run professional grade software is a
Can I
differentiator.
say
It's a real
though-
For
computer.
some people, it's a
Yeah, but
differentiator.
so
And that's why my
the-
question
but
is,
here's
what
the
is a
thing.
computer? Like,
But
that thing's a real computer.
That Surface Pro 4, as it's currently spec'd, is somewhere around $1,600. That iPad Pro, as spec'd with the pencil and the thing, is like $1,000. It's way
it's
cheaper.
$1049 without the pencil.
yeah,
and
but you
keyboard,
can get
so
a
it's-
Windows laptop
or
for $150.
$1079.
Yeah, but you
Like,
can't get a Windows laptop that like feels tablet-y when you want it to. That is any good for.
I would say
How
just
much is this
by
thing?
This is
This thing, by the way, is the
13
Lenovo Yoga whatever. the
900.
900.
They changed their naming convention. It's $1399. I think this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
But you can get a 2-in-1 Windows PC for $1,000.
Right. But what, like, can you get something? This is
What?
my.
Why are you staring at me like that?
nothing. Go
Okay.
on.
All right.
Can you get a tablet that costs less than like call it $800 that can like feel laptop-y that does all the things that you want it to? And like, I don't think the answer is yes.
Not yet, but soon. I feel soon.
Between these two here that I have, like, I would feel more comfortable using this Surface
Yeah.
than the iPad with
Yeah.
the keyboard. But like you said, Dieter, like if you're not, I mean, if these are like, if there's $800 difference between them, $700 between them, but this like this is like scares me. This ratio of screen to keyboard
Yeah.
scares me. Like I feel like I
Tip it
feel like
over.
it's gonna, just
Yeah.
go away. And this also feels like sturdy. It feels like sturdy, and I feel like I can
Things are
do
falling.
this, and I'm okay with it. But if I were to like close the iPad, I have to like be like
Oh,
delicate.
close the keyboard. Let's see you do the origami.
Yeah, you have to like drag
Oh my
it.
God.
You hurt
Imagine
my
on
pink
an
eye.
airplane.
Yeah, on an airplane, you're great.
If you ever
Yeah.
needed a
I-
good reason to watch this on YouTube, that
That
you
moment.
can't hear
Yeah.
is what.
All right. Dropbox for Business helps people work the way that you want to work. All the things that you love about Dropbox, and presumably you love many things about Dropbox, but you also love enterprise-grade security and administrative controls. They're there. You can help your team work together on any file type, on any device, simply and securely. There's customizable sharing controls, like expiration dates and passwords for shared links. Over 100,000 businesses already use Dropbox for Business, and your business could be one of those. So just please sign up for Dropbox for Business. I like that I've started ending all the ads by just begging people to use these products and services.
That's what
Please
it keeps coming back to you,
just
baby.
use
It's that
them.
begging that you do for them.
God, why?
They fund this hour of nonsense so that you'll beg.
If only there was a place where my business could share files in a box, a Dropbox. Dropbox for Business. It's all yours. Okay, it's lightning round time.
Wait, can I read this email from T-Mobile?
Oh yeah, and then I read the. Oh my God, we're gonna go over today.
yeah.
I want you to read that, and then I want to read this Jimmy Iovine quote because it's
Okay.
crazy.
I just read that,
We
and
still
Emily
didn't get to
Yoshida
talk about
is
the other thing.
just the best.
My Google search.
Yeah,
My dirty,
yeah.
dirty Google search.
No, read the email. Read the
We're
email.
Okay.
not- yeah, we're destined to go over today.
From T-Mobile News at can'tsay.com.
Can'tsay.com blowing
Sorry,
up right
guys.
now.
Sorry, guys, right now. Hi, Nicola. Here's a question for the fashionably conscious should be asking. What's my phone wearing? Every day we get up and make accessory choices. What shoes? What bag? What coat?
Yeah.
And then we leave the house with a phone in the same ugly utilitarian case every day. That phone that you spend all your time with and carry everywhere, ... forced into a lifelong bad outfit? Tragic. When I got this, I started my heart started racing, I started sweating. I've read it so many times that I don't feel as emotional about it, but I just was like, this is so fucking offensive
It's real
to
bad.
me.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Did you respond?
By not ever, by
You should have
this.
responded.
This is the
Silence.
response.
You should have
Yeah.
responded with a picture of your phone and no case, just being like, "Yo, just rolling nude."
Yeah,
I got
birthday
this
suit.
ugly utilitarian case. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I bought it at the Apple store.
I thought my pitches were bad. I'm sorry.
It's just crazy.
I had a person demand to bring a dog to the office.
Okay, so I'm gonna read.
Is it me?
You ready? You ready to get fired up?
Yeah.
This is Jimmy Iovine today on CBS.
Oh my
News.
God.
CBS this morning.
Yep.
Women find it difficult at times, some women, to find music, and this helps make it easier. I just thought of a problem, Girls are sitting around, talking about boys or complaining about boys, when they're heartbroken or whatever, and they need music for that, right? So it's hard to find the right music, Not
Future
everybody has the
freako.
right lists or knows a DJ. That's it. Apple Music, everybody. Woo! Do you know a DJ? Do you have any heartbreak DJs in your life? I know when I'm feeling low, I call my friends the DJs.
Obviously, many of my friends are, I'm not a DJ. It's just that lots of those. In
Oh
my
man,
life.
we didn't talk about Tinder either.
Nilay,
Duh.
What?
what is music? I don't
Lists
know.
are hard.
What are lists? I don't know.
I don't know any DJs.
I gotta say, Emily's write-up of this is gold.
It's so funny.
Everybody should read this.
It's really, really funny.
God.
When girls are sitting around complaining about boys.
That's what you do, right? That's all you do.
It's unfortunately
sure.
a lot of what we do. I wish it weren't.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
But you know about a bunch of Tinder DJs then? Have you ever asked a Tinder DJ for heartbreak songs?
Mad Tinder DJs. Actually, I do love making boys give me music. I do that a lot. And then judge, all
And
kinds of.
then judge.
It's like an easy, quick. I'll be like, I have to write this afternoon, but no, I can't have any words. What should I listen to? And then,
They send you a playlist.
yeah,
And then you're like, nope. Swipe left.
Yeah.
bad taste.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Tinder CEOs? So the company that owns Tinder,
Yes.
Match.
IPO today. Mm-hmm. Made a bunch of money, but then yesterday, Sean Rad, perfect name,
Great.
the CEO of Tinder, gave this disaster interview.
Yes.
Do you want to talk through it? I mean, there's really just one line. Well, he was first of all, he's I haven't slept with that many chicks, just 20. And then he was supermodels are always trying to bang me. And then he was
One in particular. He
One
said
in
he was
particular.
very, very
Yeah.
famous. And he just has to fend her off.
yeah,
This
he's gotta
was
fight her off
in
every
my
day.
world of the internet yesterday. This was the link I couldn't stop seeing.
Yeah.
Or this was the reblog I couldn't stop seeing everywhere I went with the same couple of things. So I'm very exhausted from it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Did you
But-
have to call a DJ boyfriend to give you songs?
No, actually, I'm quitting Tinder for
You
real.
didn't you just come back?
You're
You just
on the
came back.
show.
But the more I say it's really happening, the more it's going to happen. And after this, I was now I can claim moral reasons, but really it's just I'm so tired.
Anyway, what was his line? He was I need to find somebody that I intellectually connect with. What's it called?
Sodomy.
Yeah, I had
And his
to.
PR person was like,
Oh, no. His PR
I had
person
to
said
look
we're
this
going to
up,
get fired.
and so now in my Google search history is sodomy rad, rad sodomy. Thanks.
I gotta say, I mean, just Tinder. I feel the only reason we talk about Tinder on the show is because you have this love-hate.
I know. When will it
Relationship with
crumble?
Tinder.
When I told my friend this morning that I was leaving Tinder, she sent me a screen cap because now Tinder shows where you work on it. And And she sent me a screen cap of someone who's employed at Hinge on Tinder, and she just wrote like, "Lol, none of us can win," or like something like that. Like, he works at the other dating one, and he's still out here. And
He's still playing.
man.
I like that the one. So like there was like a sexual harassment case
Yeah.
at Tinder, and then
Yes. And then she went and founded another dating app.
but that one's called Bumble.
Bumble, yeah.
And the
Bumble.
idea that it's called Bumble is just such a sad commentary.
Yeah. That's the one
Yeah,
where
like you're
women
kinda-
have to message men first, and you only get 24 hours to
And
do
you're just
it.
bumbling
Whoa.
through.
Wait a minute.
So you basically
who's bumbling, the men or the women?
Yeah,
you
someone's
have to
bumbling.
message a
It
dude.
it double vibrates
know
when you
this
match,
because
which
I
is
don't
kind of
use
weird.
them.
If I were on the dating scene, I would definitely be the bumbler. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to message them and you're supposed to say, "Hi, how do I find music?"
Hi, I heard about.
Are you a DJ? I was just sitting around with my friends complaining about boys,
Hey.
and
I saw your
it would
name
be
in
don't know what to
great if you
listen
could make
to.
me a list of songs.
Yeah.
Jimmy. I'm usually such a Jimmy fan, and that's such a fail.
You don't think this was like a taken out of context, like convenionally terrible?
No, Emily embedded
No.
the video. I mean, we
Okay.
can play the video.
Yeah.
I've already read all the quotes. So.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works? We
Are you
could play
ready?
the video.
Are you ready?
Sean Red
for-
also said that his mom, this is actually pretty sweet. She texts him like 17 times a day, and she calls a lot. And
Yeah,
he
'cause
talks
he's
to his
crazy.
mom a lot.
He's probably like, "Are you talking to a reporter? Be quiet." Like if I was Sean Rad's mom, like I would just have that in a macro, be like, "Oh, it's on the hour, beep." Like, all right, lightning round.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Cats.
cats and pickles, cucumbers.
What just happened to Lauren, everybody?
Cats hate them some cucumbers. Not fans of cucumbers.
What the hell?
Nobody
is
knows
going
why. They cannot stand them.
What just happened?
They like tomatoes, but cucumbers.
Zucchinis? Okay.
Yeah. Zucchinis are fine, but not cucumbers.
Anybody know what the hell's going on?
No.
You have to have a cat to understand. Dieter and I would. Oh, it's the whole thing. Okay.
Well, that was the
Weird
lightning
inside
round.
joke. Really weird inside joke.
T-Mobile is super strange. Although, stop looking at me that way.
I don't know what's happening.
T-Mobile has sued yet another company for using the color magenta. They claim that they have a trademark on the color magenta, and people are getting confused. This time is a German smartwatch company called Oxy. Do you think colors should be trademarkable like that? They actually are, because I'm a nerd. Do you only think of T-Mobile when you think of
should
magenta?
they? Or do like I'm okay with a brand being like, this is our Pantone, like we have this.
Yeah. You know, I really put this in to tell a story that when we ran Engadget Mobile's color was magenta, and T-Mobile sued us.
Really?
Really?
It's ridiculous.
How did that end up?
We put up a post saying T-Mobile just sued us for trying to use magenta, and people freaked out, and T-Mobile backed all the way down.
Power.
Couldn't you just say that color is a secondary property, not a primary property, and therefore doesn't exist in reality?
Ding.
Therefore.
Adele's new album is out. Have you listened to it?
No.
You?
No, it's not on Spotify though. Micah.
I can't.
called
Micah got it right. Yep.
I don't know how to find music.
You gotta get on Tinder to find some DJs.
No, of course I've heard it. Hello from the other side, Dieter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Hello.
I don't get it.
How's that
It's
flip
like
phone?
this huge phenomenon. I don't get it.
I listened to the new Justin Bieber.
How's that?
I love Steel Drums, Sad Boy, Island Bieber, the new Bieber, and he's just begging for forgiveness.
Ooh, from who? From Selena?
No, from all of us, because
Yeah.
he knows
Oh.
he's been
he's on his LaBouffe tour.
Oh.
By the way,
Yeah.
Steel Drums, Sad Boy.
Steel Drums, Sad Boy, yeah.
That is my band's name.
But it's all this like island, like da-da-da-da-da. But then he's just like comes in with his emotions and forgiveness.
Dieter reviewed the Chromebit, which turns any monitor or television into a Chrome OS computer for $85.
Yes, I did.
I watched the Snap story.
Should I
of
buy it? Should we buy it?
Buy it if you want a spare random ass computer in your junk drawer. Buy it if you know you're never going to use it more than 5 tabs on it.
There you go.
LA Auto Show this week. You got a bunch of people there. Tamara Warren got a huge scoop.
Yep.
Found a company, it's a secret company that's going after Tesla. But Thomas Circa this morning put a headline on the site, Cars, a new gadget. Is that correct, Lauren Goode?
Yes.
Land Rover Evoque convertible SUV.
Land Rover Evoque
Yeah.
convertible SUV?
Convertible
Yes.
SUV.
A convertible
Two-door
SUV.
convertible SUV.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. This is either like the coolest thing ever or it's the next
I
PT
know,
Cruiser.
I'm like, wait, do I love this or is this like the worst?
The press shot is a guy. They're driving, I believe he's in the snow, but he's wearing sunglasses and like short sleeves with the top down, just like blasting in his SUV. That's the whole life. I'm assuming he's not wearing shoes. Lightning round, driving a car with no shoes on.
Bad. Super bad.
Awful.
Super fun.
No,
Bad,
no,
but-
because if you
Wear
get in a
socks?
garage, you have to walk on the concrete that's got oil slick on it, and that's gross.
Also,
But
like, I feel
better-
like I'd be so focused on the texture on my toes, and then I would be distracted from driving.
No, but wet feet in the garage, worst thing ever, right?
That's disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emoji is the word of the year. The happy emoji. I'm doing a thing with my hands.
But
It
it's
makes
not
no
a
sense.
word. It's an emoji.
Don't be
I-
a prescriptivist. It's
what
fine.
do you mean?
I hate it.
The
you not know
happy
this?
emoji has to be the word of the year? I'm confused.
It is. The Oxford English Dictionary
Like
said the
simple
word of the year is like the happy with tears.
It's the
Yeah.
crying. It's the like
Happy
laughing, crying.
Yeah, laughing, crying emoji.
What does that say about this year? I don't
It's
even
so
know.
says a lot of
sad.
things.
It
It's
says that
really
word
dark.
that words started as pictograms, and now we're going back, and it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just like we're going
Okay.
back to silent
Have you clicked
I
on
don't
the
hate
evoke-
that actually.
Yeah.
Have you? I'm with you. Have you clicked on the evoke convertible picture yet?
No, where is
It's
it?
in the run. I'll send it to you. We only have like 2 more things in lightning round.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Fallout 4, Dieter.
Haven't played Afraid to because I want to keep my job and my life and my girlfriend.
I don't understand it. There it is.
Is that like Fallout Boy?
Yes.
you just giggling at the car?
No, at Fall Out Boy.
There's no other response to Fall Out Boy.
I actually have deep feelings about Fall Out Boy, but that's another thing.
All right. One more. We're not doing a show next week,
That's right.
so we got to do it. We got to do it today. Dieter, what are you thankful for?
Don't start with me
Why not?
because I said
I
so.
started with okay, Lauren. What are you thankful for? You got to do it today.
Do I have to be serious?
No.
Oh.
Have you been on this show for the past
All right.
hour? You can be thankful for Tinder DJs if you want.
Oh, man.
But you can be serious. Let the audience connect with you.
Okay. Well, so personally, I'm very thankful to be working with you guys because as of, just a few months ago, I was over at Recode and now we're merging and it's, you guys bought us and it's been going really well so far.
It started on a real high and it ended with like a dry statement of facts.
And you guys
And then there
bought
was
us.
an exchange of value. And now I
Yes.
must work here.
Yes, and I was traded like a baseball player. And but in all seriousness, I'm so excited to be working with you guys. It's been really cool. So I'm very grateful for that and for that opportunity and the experience so far. It's gonna get better. And I'm also grateful that we're very lucky people. We're very lucky people, and you're laughing right now.
I'm
and
watching a gif
I
of
try
a
to get
cat
serious
freaking out at this
over a cucumber, and I'm grateful
I told you.
for cats and cucumbers.
Okay. Well, I'm thankful that you work here too. All right.
Thanks.
Me?
Which one? I don't know. I called on Dieter earlier and he refused to answer. So I'm calling on you, Nicola. What are
I'm
you thankful
grateful
for?
that my cat allergies are going away with age. I don't know.
What?
You have a cat
What?
thing.
I don't,
They really are, though. As I get older, I'm less allergic to cats. It's great.
okay.
So wealth and
Esoteric
health.
response for Thanksgiving.
No, I mean, to go the serious note, yeah, I have a really lovely life. I have a lot of very good and supportive people in my world. And I love doing this Verge thing. It's a totally new, weird world to be in. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, just the basics.
Yeah.
Family, friends, employment, and living alone.
Another dark alley for Nicola. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You're
oh my
into it.
God. The Players Mansion?
That was
I feel like
amazing.
we're gonna.
That's my hashtag for my home decor on Instagram, The Players Mansion. You can look it up.
All right.
You have to go next.
I have to go next.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for this show. I like our company and our thing. And I'm thankful for Tinder DJs. Because now I want to meet some.
I can send you a bunch of ghosts.
This is amazing.
I'm thankful for having Nicola on the show. I'm thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoying it.
I love
All right.
being here.
Bone Zone.
Thankful for my family. I'm thankful for people that on the internet find ways to be kind and humane instead of
a good
knee jerk
one.
and mean, because it's not easy and it's super easy to not be. And so for people who actually try and even in 140 characters or in a comment, express some charity and find ways to be decent and understanding, it's really nice. Please
Yeah.
do it more.
Yeah. And we have a good audience. I'm thankful. The
Yeah.
Vergecast audience in particular is very kind to us all
So
the time.
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. They showed up for Nicola in a comment
Oh,
thread.
man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was hardcore.
They like
Yeah,
you.
it
was
was
great.
great.
They really like you.
All
They
right.
like you. They really do.
They do. Hang on. We got one more. I'll get through it. Give me a second. This one's for Braintree.
That guy's actually
Yeah.
tapping his fingers over there. He's
I
like,
know. We're
he's
so
like,
over it. Look, Andrew. We'll be done with the show in a minute, but
We're
first,
10 minutes over.
let's talk about full stack payment solutions.
Soft layer.
No, it's
No.
Braintree. So wrong. So wrong.
No.
Sorry, Braintree.
I gotta say, Software.
Software O's is like
plaintively tweeting
$35
at
right
us
now.
because
Just don't
they
understand.
don't know what's
That's
going
a new
on.
hashtag for us. That was so great.
By the way, if you're listening to this, please do not explain to SoftLayer's Twitter account. Just keep
Poor
using the
Softlayer.
hashtag.
But sign up for their cloud services.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Braintree gives
Braintree
you a
you can
full
talk
stack
to.
payment solution. Braintree has support for all payment types that your customers might want. You can start accepting Android Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, Bitcoin, Venmo, cards, whatever's next with a single integration across all platforms with superior fraud protection, customer service, and fast payouts. We're going to just put it on The Verge. Just pay The Verge with whatever you want. Check it out for yourself. Hit braintreepayments.com/Vergecast and just start integrating that money directly into your life.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes. And then you got to engage.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing-
will engage. Before I engage, I want to say, I think 2 Vergecasts ago, I encouraged people. So this would have been 2 weeks ago. So now we're on the 3rd week of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 3 weeks ago. But I encouraged people to troll Nilay by saying the Packers suck.
They're awful.
And ever since then,
They've just been losing.
they've been sucking.
They're so bad.
Oh.
Please keep doing it.
Speaking of charity, I put up that joke post about the Packers sucking and then Aaron Rodgers throwing a surface on the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been getting hate mail from fellow Wisconsinites
Really?
who are like, you don't stop it. Support your team. And I was like,
It's not
it was a
about.
joke.
It's not about Aaron. It's about him throwing the surface.
Yeah.
I mean-
well, they're also terrible.
Yeah.
By the way, it's officially called the Tears of Joy emoji. That's the word of the year is Tears of Joy.
I live with a
Should be
Patriots
Tears of Woe.
fan.
That would be amazing. Huh?
Oh, I said I live with a Patriots fan. But fortunately,
Wow, that's
It's
awful.
awful.
I know.
If you want to
You
follow us,
you should meet some Tinder DJs.
if you want to follow us, you can.
Find some boys who can make you some songs.
We're at Verge and on Snapchat, on Twitter. On Snapchat, we're the real Verge. You should go to iTunes and give us a review there on iTunes. We prefer the 5 stars. And while you're there, you should leave a review and you should tell us what you're thankful for. That
Yes.
would be really kind and nice.
Have you
which
said all the
is what we like.
tweets and snaps?
I have mentioned a couple of tweets and snaps. I'm also going to say we've got other shows. We've got What's Tech. We've got Control Alt Delete. And there's Verge ESP. These are all very good shows. You can find all of them at itunes.com/The Verge. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, I am Backlon. Lauren Goode is Lauren Goode with an E. Nicola Fumo is Nicola Fumo with an underscore.
Between the first and last name.
Right. Nilay is Reckless.
I am.
Reckless.
Can't fight it.
What was that?
I don't know. I think I was trying to wink and then I blinked.
It was like a 2-eye half
It was
wink.
kind of a reckless wink. It was kind of a sleepy.
Yeah, it was a.
You reckless DJ, you.
We're taking next week off for Thanksgiving.
Thank
So we're going to
God.
miss you and we hope you'll miss us.
But we're grateful for you guys. So
You're
thank
wonderful.
you for watching.
Tweet at us.
Yes.
We actually have a surprising amount of hilarious Thanksgiving posts going up on the site. I'm excited for that. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go Vikings.
Goodbye. Rock and roll.